Hi guys, it is Tammy with Cheers to Creativity. So it is March. Wow, that came super fast. I'm not sure what happened to your February. Mine just kind of flew. But March for us means we start thinking about gardening. And because I live up in Northern Illinois, gardening doesn't start quite yet. So we do some indoor seedling plantings. And so we're going to play with some of that today. We're going to have some fun with some bunnies and some vegetables. So it'll be fun. I'm going to be working on a couple containers today, and they're nothing special. I mean, this is actually an old galvanized one we've probably used before for this very purpose, but they're ones that you could just get like at a farm and fleet, or even just your hardware stores. They're just a galvanized bucket. And that's a lot of times what we will use when we are starting things indoors. And because they're going to be in my house, they might as well look cute, don't you think? I think. So I'm going to start with that one, and I'm going to show you the stencils that I'm going to do with that. And this is my bucket that I'm going to use. And my thought here is to use some of the veggies from the Veggie Puns. Let me grab that one so you can see that one first. This is the set, the Veggie Puns. It's Garden Puns, I'm sorry, Garden Puns. And it's got some cute things. Let us remain calm. We're going to use the lettuce. So I'm just going to set that one in the bucket. Keep calm and carrot on. Another cute little saying. I don't think we're using that one. Let's root for each other. Cute, cute. This set is actually on sale, so good time to pick it up. Dance to your own beat. I love you from my head to tomatoes. And this is probably my favorite. Find your inner peas. Okay, so I know I'm going to use that from that set. And then we're going to be using a couple stencils from this Easter mini set. So you've got this cute little, oops there, little chirpy chick. It's cute. That's that one over there. This was the bonus in that set that said bloom. I stencil on my backings. There's a little egg. Here is a hello spring, a happy Easter, and the one I want to use is the carrots with this. The hop is also from that set I just showed you, my little ring that I used to hang on to my stencils. And then the bunnies that are in the tag set and also in the, no, not that one. I got the little mini bunnies. I missed them. Oh, we could use this tag. Oh, here it is. Oh, sorry. This 3-pack of the bunny wreath. And I love that bunny wreath, and I've used them many, many times. I think when you put them on wood, adding a little cute little cottontail adds a little something, something to them. But we'll be using a couple different bunnies. So this is my galvanized bucket. All we've done is we've cleaned it off, and I did wipe down with just rubbing alcohol. I'm going to use the lettuce, the carrots, and the bunnies. I'm going to start off by just putting some green, darker green paint. So this is a Hauser green paint. And I'm just going to pull up a little bit of grass before I even start. Now I know carrots grow underground, but for the purpose of them hanging out in my house, we're going to see some of them. But just for this, I'm just grabbing just a big flat brush, and I'm just going to pull some little bits of grass. We'll add more once we get our stencils in. Rolled up towels, that would work too, if I would have thought of that. But I didn't, but it's okay. So I'm just going to pull a little bit of green up first. I think I said I will add more. I'm just going to do half of my bucket. Okay. And then I'm going to set that brush in water. And we're going to start with our lettuce. We're going to tape it down. This is a curved surface, but our stencils have a lot of flexibility. So I'm going to lay down my lettuce. I'm taking a little artistic license here. Make sure I have something that I can offload onto. So I'm going to use a lighter green. And I'm first going to swirl that into my brush real well. But I don't ever want to go directly from here to my piece. So I'm going to offload. He's amazing. He's amazing. Could you grab me some tape, please? I had it a moment ago. That's awesome. Okay, so we've offloaded onto our paper towel, and I'm just going to fill it in. It could even be Scotch tape that I put away. I'm just using regular acrylic paint. You could use an enamel paint or fusion paint. So I've got this lighter green, and we're just going to take a quick little peek. You can see it, but I kind of want to add a little more color to it. So I'm going to grab just a little brighter green. So this is a festive green. Any of your greens will work. These are acrylics from DecoArt. So I'm adding that to that same brush, wiping it off, offloading it. And I'm just going to pull this from the edge in a little bit, just to darken my little guy a little bit around my edges. The other option would be you could use something like your sponge. So I pick that up. I'm still offloading it. And we've got some of these littler spots. Just pull a little bit in, just so there's some definition for your little lettuce. Oops. If you get too much, just dab it on there. Okay. So there's my lettuce. I'm going to use this again. So I'm just going to set it aside. I'm going to set a carrot on here. I know he just brought me tape. Very good. It's Scotch tape. We usually use painter's tape, but this will be fine for this purpose. I'm going to set this at an angle. And, oops, we're going to have to tape that one down too, aren't we? I'm going to grab some orange. Decent color for a carrot. And we'll grab a different stencil brush. I did actually think ahead today, and I have damp paper towels so that I could actually keep this, just wrap it around so it doesn't dry out, but I also don't want it to be wet when I need to use it again. So here's my orange. Offloading it. And we want to have some decent coverage. I'm actually going to hit that really quick with a blow dryer just so I can give it a second coat right away. Sure I am. Oh, it somehow got unplugged. I wonder how. There we go. Well, apparently we're not going to. We'll just let it dry and we'll let it come back. We seem to have an issue with our power. There we go. Use this one. There you go. Okay, I'm just going to give it another little coat, but again, I'm going to offload. And while that's drying, I can. Huh? I'm grabbing a little different green, and maybe the darker green. I think I got the heat gun to work. Oops. Oh, okay. Oops. Offload, offload, offload. So I'm going to tap in a little bit of this dark green. And then, you know what? I'm going to use that little sponge, and I'm going to tap in a little bit of the light green too. Hey, hon. Missed him. I was going to have him fix my iPad so I could see you guys. How we doing? We okay? Can we see things okay? Looks pretty good. All right. So I'm going to hit it real quick again. God, do I like that carrot? I think I do. I'll take it off and see how it looks and see if I need to make any adjustments to it. Oh, he's cute. He's cute. But I want more than one carrot, so I'm going to do one this way. And while I've got the green on here, we'll put the green on. The orange is a little sheer. You'll find that with some colors in general that they just are a little more sheer, and so they need a second coat. Okay, so I can give it a second coat right now. And just like I did with the lettuce, if I wanted to, I could pull in a little deeper color on the edge, but I think they show up pretty darn cute. I'm going to set that one aside. We're going to find our lettuce again, but I'm going to make a couple heads of lettuce over here. Let's do one popping up here. And I could have a separate brush for each color, but I kind of want to have the variation. So I'm going to go back to my light color to begin with. Tap that on. Pouncing this on this way on this particular piece is just putting the color on a little better. Plus, it's kind of that grayish color, so it's not popping out so great. I'll grab a little bit of one of the darker greens or the brighter greens to pull in a little bit from my edges. And I'll pull in some of the middle parts with the sponge. I'm just going to pull a little bit in. So far we've got a little lettuce, little carrots. Oh, I think we're going to need a carrot over here. I think we are. Well, maybe we'll add one. I'm going to add another carrot here, and then we're going to start putting in the bunnies, and I can add more veggies as we need it. Now, I know carrots really should be underground. They should. These just have a mind of their own. And if you need any of these lovely stencils, please use our code CHEERS, and it will save you 10%. You can use that anytime. I've offloaded this. I'm going to add a carrot. And that orange is really, really, really sheer. So I'm tapping in some greenery. It can be any of the greens that I have on my plate here. I'm just going to tap it on with my little sponge. Lift it up. There. So we got that one going that way. I'm going to have one going down in toward the ground. He's going to get covered up with some grass, so I'm not going to be too concerned if he's a little more sheer. I'm going to start adding my bunnies, and then I can come back and add some more veggies. I'm going to start with the hop bunny that is from that Easter 6-pack. And I think we'll set him about there. This would be really cute on a garden box as well, like outside. And a little piece of tape. So I linked these above for you. Like I said, the garden puns. This is the 3-pack of the bunny wreaths, which are about the same size as the tags. And this little bunny is from the Easter 6-pack. And we're going to tap on our bunny. Upload. My puppies are going nuts because I'm pounding on this, and it kind of sounds like somebody's at our door to them. And I know I want him to really stand out, so I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a blow dryer too, or the heat gun that I have handy. I'm going to give him another coat. I'm going to take a quick peek. Oh, he's cute, but I'm going to leave it down, and either with another brush or just with a sponge, I can take a little bit of black. I can take a little bit of black that is going to come out of my container. I'm just going to grab a little black on the sponge, make sure I offload it well, and I'm just going to pull a little bit in from the edges. Just a little bit. I might be better off with this with a little brush. I think I am. I am. I just need a little bit right around the edge to help outline him a little bit. All right, I think that'll be sufficient for him. Let's see. Yep. So just a little bit of black around him. Then I'm going to have another bunny. I think this little bunny's going to look up between the carrots. So I'm just going to grab the white again. And we'll tap in our little bunny. And did he show up enough? Now we're going to pull a little bit of black. He might be a little to do this with. My hand is in the way. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Just where he's at is good. My hand's going to have to be in the way a little bit for just a minute. Okay, so we've outlined that little bunny. Let's find another little bunny. He got really low. He might have been too low. We might have to bring him up a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to grab another bunny. Any of the bunnies will work. Let's do this one, sitting up about here. Back to my white. You know, we could actually make, I have an idea. We're going to make him, we're going to start with white. I'm offloading on my paper towel and tap him in. Can you see that okay? Hope so. I'm actually going to grab a little just craft brush, nothing fancy, that might have a little better control pulling that in. I'm still going to offload the, he's little, and I've got all that white, so it's not going to be black. It's going to be more of a gray that I pull in to kind of help outline him a little bit. I'm going to come in with the end of my brush. We'll use this part. I'm just going to use the corner of it, and I'm going to give this little bunny little spots. Because bunnies, there's black and white bunnies. There's gray bunnies. But we give him some little spots. I'm going to come back over here, and I think I'm going to use our big bunny again. I'm going to make sure he's dry, because I'm going to use him on the others. I'm going to flip him over and use the other side, but you always want to make sure that's dry. I really should clean it, but I'm not going to. Make sure he's on my half of mine that I want. He's going to cover up a little too much of my carrots, so we'll scooch him over a little bit. He doesn't have to be completely on my half. Tap him on. Offloading off the side here. Do any of you start your seedlings inside for your garden? We're expanding our garden this year, where in the past we've usually just done a few things. This year we're kind of thinking going, what's the phrase, go big or go home? Well, we're going to stay home, but we're going to be expanding our garden to have some more. Just pulling a little bit of the black in this way. And again, it's not going to be black because I've got so much white around the edges. It's just going to be kind of a gray. We're going to call it an outline to the bunny. And he's going to get hidden a little bit with some grass here in a second. That way he stands out a little bit more. So we've got some bunnies. I'm going to pull up a little more greenery. So I can do that with that big brush I was using. And it could be any of the greens. So I'm just going to pick up whatever green is on my plate. And I'm going to pull up a little more. So everybody's tucked into some grass. Just regular acrylic paint. Yes, I will seal the bucket afterwards. I'll put some polyurethane on it. Or I use polyacrylic. Working around and making sure that everyone's in the grass. Our bunnies are looking at the carrots and the lettuce. And then I'm going to take the words from the carrot we used. So we have lettuce. I'm going to do the carrot. Carrots, where did my carrots go? in here. So I'm gonna find about middle for me. I'm gonna do carrot. And I think I'll do carrot in orange because I think that's a good color for carrots. Although carrots come in different colors and they're pretty tasty in other colors. So I'm offloading this. Should be able to swirl these. So there's the carrot. Lift that off. It's a little hard to see. I think I might let that dry and go back over it with black. Just think it's a little too hard to see. But that's a nice thing. I can come back over it and I can even shadow and have a little bit of the orange showing through. But in order to do that, I'm gonna have to make sure my stencil is clean on the back. We'll just clean it up. We'll set it aside. It's got to dry for a second anyhow. So while that's drying, what did we learn from this? That maybe we should use darker paint. So I'm going to do the lettuce on this one. Lettuce here. So I will grab some dark green paint. Any green would do, but I think we'll use the darker green if I can find it. There we go. Offloading. And we will hang on to it. We'll just tap it on. Lettuce, and when we did the carrot, and we're going to come back and fix our carrot word because it was a little too light. But I think this lettuce is going to show up just fine. Lettuce. I'm going to make sure it's clean on the back side because I'm going to move over here and I'm going to do the romaine on the other side of this carrot. Taping it down the best I can. I think we'll tape this one right there. So I kind of like that dark. That works pretty well. So let's just go with that. On our brush, I'll pick up a little more of that green. And having to be a little careful here because it's curving a little differently. How do we do here? Let's see. And we have romaine. So let's go back to our carrot. Since it didn't show up very well, I'm going to do my best to line it back up. So I've got it lined up like I was going to give it the next coat. But instead, I'm just going to drop it a little bit and move it over a little bit. Tape that back down. And I know I have black on a sponge, so we'll just go ahead and use the sponge on top of it. Okay. So you can still see a little bit of the carrot top popping up. We have our bunny, lettuce, carrots, a bunny, and then we have some more lettuce and some carrots and another bunny. And that will be a great little bucket to get some of our seedlings started with. Hey, I hope you had fun with the garden buckets. There is our bunnies in our lettuce and our carrots. The big bunny and the little bunnies, the carrots, the lettuce, another bunny. And we flipped them around and then that way. And the top of it says lettuce, carrots, and romaine. Then the flower one just has the flowers from the Bloom with Grace set. really cool. I thought that was fun. Those flowers were really kind of fun. And hopefully this will inspire you to maybe think about some gardening too. Have a great rest of your day. Till I see you again, be kind, be safe. Cheers. Bye-bye.